Hey everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles, of course. And we're going to be looking at the Kipper cards, all right, which is similar to Lenormand. And you can buy this exact deck at rockandgems.com. So all the links will be below to different things I'm going to talk about today. And I also have some Lenormand cards. They're not exactly these Lenormand cards, but I have them available there at the website as well. So the Kipper cards are a little bit more focused around yourself and your own energy and things coming to you. And the Lenormand can be about you and also about things that are, a big sort of circle of things. It could be talking about the world in itself, for example. But the Kipper cards are a little bit different. So I'm not sure if I don't think I have done them here. I've done them on Patreon. So we're going to look at those today as well. Very, very simple cards, okay? A little bit about them is it came into Germany in the 1890s, and the appearance of the first Kipper deck was about 1890. Others say about 1900, but whatever, the date is closer to the truth. It's inspired by 1890s sensibility. A little bit different. So it's been mostly used in Germany, and it's been gaining popularity outside of Germany. This particular deck has been created sort of more Parisian, okay, in the imagery. So we're going to have a look at this, of course, and I'm going to start off with the Kipper cards, all right? So choosing number 1 or number 2, let's see what the Kipper cards have for you. I also want to tell you that my first course is available on attraction Reiki. So attracting whatever it is that you want in your life and ways to do it, symbols to work with, and also a daily practice. So you'll get all of the lessons and a PDF as well, all for a reduced price. So I'm going to put the link below, and I'm going to have a lot more to come. This is the first one for you all. It's an audio course, so super easy to listen to when you can, instead of having to worry about videos. To be honest, I was having so much trouble with the video. It was almost telling me, just make this an audio course. So we'll have that. We'll have bigger ones as well with the angels and channeling, Atlantean energy, Lemurian energy, teaching you about Isis Blue Moon energy, Reiki healings. You don't need to be a Reiki master, but you will be able to keep the documents and pass them on in your own teachings and in your own healings, either with yourself or others. Very powerful stuff. So the links will be below, and it's discounted. If you're also a patron, you would have received an update today with a discount code for you as well. So away we go. Number 1, Kipper. Again, like I told you, these are very different. What do you need to hear right now? First one is legal matters. I'll tell you a bit more about them as we go along. We want to put them in pairs. And for some of you, sad news. Remembering the Kipper cards really are about you, okay? Number 1, a pleasant letter. So even though we're getting some negative stuff, we're getting some pleasant stuff as well. And a gift. Okay, well, we want to hear that, especially if we're getting all this sad news, etc. All right. 2 more cards. Small child. And a funeral. Now, I don't want you people to freak out that a child's going to pass away. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that at all. It would have to be quite a few different things that come up for that to be the case. As I always do try to tell you, that when you're doing these readings, we have to think about all of the different messages that can come up. So we have legal matters and sad news. Now, remembering that these cards, the Kipper cards, came out at a time when a lot of this was going on, right? So everyone was worried about getting locked up for some reason, or they knew people in they knew people in prison or whatever, or they were, dealing with legal matters. So in this case, the legal matters are all matters that are official. Okay, so not just legal matters, but all matters that are official. It can mean judges and lawyers, or even, the, the driver examination, so something important, something of importance for you. It can talk about a lawsuit that you might be involved in or will soon be in, okay? So it carries this uncomfortable energy with it sometimes, of maybe being afraid of something happening. And maybe, if you do the attraction Reiki, you will understand that we do attract these things to us, and we can change that. Maybe you're just worried about something happening. The other card that goes along with this, of course, is the sad news card. So it's not going to... it may be that you've already heard a message of concern, right? Last week, I know a lot of people were going through all kinds of stuff. So upsetting news, a setback, a loss, an illness, someone perhaps, going through the transition stages. People are losing their animals. I've had this a lot all week last week. And maybe a time to let go of something so that you can grieve the loss as well. All right, so my feeling is with number 1 that you already have had this news. And this is perhaps validating something for you, where there's been something going wrong, something upsetting, something that you weren't expecting, or maybe that you've been fearing the worst as well. Or maybe that you've heard from somebody else. So the sad news energy can be someone having psychological problems, okay? Or really in a place of depression within themselves. And if you know someone like this, you've got to make them laugh, okay? All right? You've got to make them laugh if they're feeling down. Because when you're feeling in that energy, it's because you are too much in your own mind trying to find a solution. You're never going to find it by going around in circles, because it leads to self-blame, right? So if someone is sad around you, cheer them up, or maybe you need a good laugh, okay? But this is something that you already are aware of, I would think. Okay, the next one, or the next 2, is a pleasant letter. Look how these are so old-fashioned. And a gift. So the pleasant letter or message, text message, whatever it is, either a traditional letter, telegram, email, text message, as we said, but can represent documents, legal records as well. Considered to mean a message will be pleasant. But we need to look at the surrounding cards. And so the one right next to it is about a gift. You're going to receive a message about receiving some kind of gift, or maybe that you need to give yourself a gift as well. So receiving a gift or support even can come up here as well. Resources, job offers, reconciliation with people, or just a reason to be happy after a time of, feeling quite negative or having this negative news, right? So it's very positive. These actual 2 cards can offset any negative cards that are in the reading as well. I'm just going to turn this light on just to make sure you can see the cards. All right, so remember, this is just a quick reading, all right? You can always get your own readings from BDevine online, okay? And get a more in-depth reading. I do the big grand tableau, and that one is it takes me over an hour to finish it for you. It's really amazing. All right, so something's coming to offset this energy over here, all right? And then we have this small child and funeral. Sadly, this is true for some people where there's been a loss, okay? I do know that some of my friends in the old town that I used to live in, they just lost a child last week, So it can sometimes mean this, but I would have to see a lot of other stuff around that to, bring that into fruition. So for the first card, the small child card, is news of a birth, pregnancy, matters relating to children. Something's coming in to an end for a child. See, the funeral is just ending as well. We know this by now. New things, starting a business, and the early stages as well. It can also mean someone being ignorant or naive about a situation, okay, because it's the child card. And also because it has a stork on it, that would also indicate to me changes. Stork always indicates to me changes. Now, the card of funeral, coffin, bereavements can be a funeral, an actual death, but it can signify conclusions such as graduation, moving to a new home, okay, retirement, being fired from a job, end of a relationship. Something is coming to an end. There's going to be no going back. Recognize it, accept it, move on. Things can't go on as they have before. So this is something that you've asked for. You've asked for a change to come forward. You've asked for a shift in your life. You've asked for something new to begin, or you've put an end to someone's childish behavior. Let's put it that way. Nobody can use you or abuse you unless you're allowing it somehow. And by that, it's, even in some level, caring about it. Why do we care about the opinions of other people so much? It really does block your confidence to do that. And it's something that you may be reconciling within yourself, organizing within yourself. All right, so number one. Okay, there may be some issues of sadness and negativity, but there's also pleasant and happy energy here, gifts coming forward, opportunities, of course, and an ending. So we kept seeing this ending, okay? We have a full moon coming up. Hope to see you here for our spin the wheel. We're going to have a shopping game. Oh my God, it's going to be so fun. Hopefully my wheel's here. If not, I will figure out a way in which we can still get a prize. So you guys can get a prize if you purchase something. But we'll see that. But yeah, so straight away around you is a lifting. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you, number one. And changes that, you don't want. I don't think you're going to want to go back to them anyway. Okay, you don't want to go back to the old ways of doing things. Okay, so let's just get your Lenormand out, which of course we know can be a little bit more in depth as well. All right. Here we go, Lenormand. I'll make sure they're up the right way. Don't forget that you can get your own. Okay, you can get your own cards at my website now. I have a big kit of cardamancy also. Some other things that are coming in, pendulums, and you're going to get a free pendulum if you buy a pendulum board. I have managed to find some small pendulums, so anything that you need, we do try to take care of you guys, okay? All right, Lenormand number one. We're doing a pyramid spread. And we have whips. Oh, we have fish. Oh, I like that. We know by now the fish are a good sign. We have the cross. We have the heart. And the lady, the object of your affections here. And we have the tower overseeing. Okay, so interesting little layout. All right, let me see if I can help you guys with this. So you have the whip and the fish together. Okay, so there could have been all kinds of arguments stemming over money. All right, so I'm going to try to give you as many ways around this whole thing as I can. The whips always, talk about quarrel or discord, arguments of some kind, all right? And because I said money here, because the fish is about your finances, most importantly about business as well. So the fish is going to come into play quite a few times in this reading, okay? The tower will come into play, and then all this way, all that way. All right, so all the way across, all the way up. This is just a lot. Okay, so the whips. So can be a discord in a relationship as well, because you have the heart above you. So there could be a problem going on there. Could be business partners and bosses, because we have the fish next to it. Can also talk about nervous tension, all right? And this was obviously what was going on with you before. And sometimes severe mental illness, or someone who's going through this. Again, just wanting to offer help and assistance if someone needs mentoring or assistance with, heavy psychological problems, please allow them hopefully to reach out as well. So there can be someone quick-tempered here with the whips, all right? And again, I always try to say to you, when you know about something, so I'm telling you about this reading today, it can mean that you can avoid a lot of things, because you can change your temperament to be more understanding of what the whole thing's going on, right? Now, with the fish, as I explained, the fish is finances. The fish is work as well. It can talk about hopes, completion, a new business of your own. It can also talk about a confident person, okay, around you. And this person is usually someone who's very active, likes to travel, and doesn't always complete projects. So they're like, okay, I'm starting this, and oh God, I've got to start that, and then the next one, and the next one. So it can talk about a magnificent business venture and very beneficial outcomes. But you can see the fish is just moving ahead. So don't let this arguing energy block you. And also, if you need to get out of something, this could be bringing an offering of a new position as well. If we're talking about health here, then this could talk about rest that you need. The cross also talks about rest. The cross talks about responsibilities. And it seems to me, if you're going to have a problem with someone, it could be a boss or someone that holds you accountable for things, right? As much as we hate to say it. And you just want to soar ahead and go and do your own thing. But it feels like it's like the energy of, I can't do that because what will they say? Or I can't do that because I've got to finish this, and I can't do that because I've got the kids, and I can't do that because I've got this thing over here, and I can't do that because I can't leave, because what about the money, and where am I going to go, and what's going to happen, and what's going to take place, or whatever. So this is the card of responsibilities, burdens, and excuses, unfortunately. We do make excuses for why we stay sometimes in bad positions. And until we either are determined to stay at our job or our, relationship or whatever, or we're determined to go. It's, there's one or the other. And sometimes you wake up with a determination to make a change. And this also may talk about that as well. Okay, so overall, just avoid any kind of conflict right now. All right, there's reasons why people are behaving the way that they're behaving, and triggers that they've had, and all this kind of stuff. So, and also that you're not responsible for anyone but yourself. So remember that as you're moving ahead. The heart energy here, well, that's obviously speaks for itself. That there's a lot of love energy around you right now, number 24. And if it's talking about a relationship, could be talking about a friendship. But it does indicate support, and so does the tower. So right now you have a lot of support around you. There's harmony with this feminine influence, whether it's a male or a female, okay? A feminine kind of an influence here is a support to you. It could be that, someone that you had a connection with was behaving bizarrely. Okay, it can mean very fast and successful circumstances that take over. But it does show that this person here, you know, whoever that is for you, is loyal to you and your energy, loyal with you, and offers support and a relief from burdens. It also could be someone that's offering you a new job, all right, and you can trust in the energy. Don't argue though. That's a big warning. And then we get to for the health, it's healthy attitude really. For the tower, now we know the tower is stable, okay? The tower does talk about stability, protection, and it talks about hierarchy in some way. Rigid rules, state sort of rules, federal rules, right? It can mean a strong position and a stable income. And that would make sense with the fish as well, being a part of it. It also brings up a understanding of spiritual health and material realms. It talks to someone who is a person of status and position of society, or a public person as well. But it talks to you about institutions, okay? Study, a new job, or a bigger building. So it could also be talking about, a government job for yourself. Something a little more lucrative for you. Now, having the tower right here sort of oversees the energy of stability in the entire reading. Okay, it gives you that fortress of strength or tower of strength. And what you need to also be focusing is your own strengths as well. Not anything that you feel is weakness. Because, again, you're attracting that which you're thinking about. So what consumes your thoughts controls your life. That was actually lyrics to a Creed song, okay? It always stuck with me. What consumes your thoughts controls your life. It really does. So what is it going to be? And we really need to do this now more than ever. You can rely on this woman or a feminine influence in your life, and there's abundance right around you, but it may cause arguments. Okay, maybe someone's money is causing arguments. Maybe there's a will issue, all right? But, and that's probably why your legal documents also came up in the Kipper cards. But look, whatever it means for you, trust that sometimes things are highlighted to us for a reason, and we can get ourselves away from it or change the outcomes that would ordinarily be there. All right? So number one, most of this is great news. Okay, let's focus on that. And know that if anything else has come up in the reading, it's also on its way past you. If something you didn't like, just let it go past you. Know that there's an easy way out of anything, okay? All right, I'm going to move on to number 2 now. Let's go. Okay, number 2. Thank you for tuning in. This is a Kipper. This is a Kipper reading and a Lenormand reading. Reading. So we're going to have a look at both. Kipper are more about yourself and what's happening around your immediate environment right now. And we know Lenormand can take care of just about any situation worldwide. Okay, so I wanted to do them together. I also wanted to tell you that these are available at rockandgems.com. So all the links will be below. You can get these now. I have pendulum kits, and you're going to get a free pendulum if you buy a pendulum board, which is awesome. And also invite you to our Saturday show here. We're going to be doing the full moon energy and also spinning the wheel, seeing what prizes that you can win. All right, so we're just having a lot of fun with this, and we want to share that joy with you all as well. And finally, I'm just going to shuffle these cards because you want to do the Kipper cards. They're very old-fashioned cards. Okay. Finally, my course is available on Attraction Reiki. It's something that you can do for yourself. You can share with clients if you have them, if you work with clients, or even teach. Again, it's something that you can share with others, okay? So it's very, very discounted right now. I'm making these all affordable for you guys. And if you're a patron, of course, you'll get your discount, which has already been posted on Patreon. So log in and have a look. And if you once you've done one sort of course, you will also get a discount for the next one. So I do my best to try to help you all get the knowledge very, very easily and cheap as well. So look for the links below. I'm really excited because it took me forever. It is an audio course, and that way you can listen to it anytime you want. You will receive a PDF also. Hopefully, it was set up for certificates, and hopefully that's done that as well. If not, I will be issuing certificates too. So fantastic. Let's attract like a magnet the things that we want in our life. Okay. So let's have a look, number 2, at your Kipper card. And this is how I was doing it on the other number 1. Have a look first. Murky thoughts. And I'll explain this to you. It's a little bit different, as I said. The good lady. This is for number 2. Marriage. Okay, so that's important right now. Oops. A false person. Unfortunately, this has been coming up quite a bit. Okay. Most of you will know who that is, though. The good Lord, which is like the good lady. High honors. And the final 2. A rich man. And the main female. Okay, interesting. All right, so we got all these different cards. These are more, the Kipper cards are more related, as I said, to yourself and your own circumstances. All right, so I'm going to hold them in pairs. So this is a woman, either yourself or someone around you, who's having these murky thoughts. And funnily enough, this has been coming up for a lot, and it came up kind of the same sort of thing in number 1's reading. So gloomy thoughts. However, you may look to the world. This card is saying that someone, you or someone close to you, as I said before, is personally suffering doubt and worry, confusion, depression, inability to focus, or any one of the dozen other bad states of mind. So this will say more about what's going on, but because the good lady is next to this card, I would say that there's someone who you feel threatened by, okay? And when I say threatened, I don't mean, someone's going to beat you up or something. It means that there's someone around that's a really good person, or really pretty, or really attractive, male or female, and you're feeling a little bit, less than good enough inside of yourself, or someone is going through this, okay? The good lady in herself is a good card, right? She doesn't mean any harm. She probably gets a lot of, she probably gets a lot of flack for her looks, or for her status even, and especially since these are really old cards, right, from the 1890s. So it's a good-natured person, okay? They don't mean any harm, and it could be an older lady than you, all right? So sometimes this is about the inquirer's rival, someone that you're, you feel like you're in competition with, all right? Even if this person doesn't even know it, you feel it. So, or someone you know has been coming to you and saying, oh my God, there's this lady and I'm just not sure and I'm having thoughts about it. And, is she having an affair with, whatever? And maybe you've been getting that kind of talk, all right? And it's interesting. This person actually, in a traditional sense, if this card was coming out by itself, then you would know this is a good person. This is a great person. You wouldn't be worried about anything. But because it's coming up like this, there's something like you're feeling or someone you know is feeling inadequate about themselves. And it's just rubbish, really. Because if someone's going to do something, especially in a relationship, they're going to do it. It doesn't matter what you look like. I know that women especially, sorry guys, but women especially feel that if their partner has cheated on them, for example, that they especially feel like there's something wrong with them and that's why it's happened. And it's just not the case. If, like I said, if someone's going to do the wrong thing, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's their decisions. All right? This may help you. I hope so. Because too many of a good woman has beaten themselves up because of the actions of somebody else. All right? Now, this can also just mean, just feeling bad or just having trigger points or something yourself. Poor old women that get blamed and they haven't even done anything. That could also be the case, all right? Sometimes people just get blamed because they are attractive and it threatens the other person. Okay, so then we have marriage and then we have false person. Now this is for you, number 2. The marriage card, of course, can depict a wedding, a couple, or a couple that are busy with their married life and extremely happy, no issues as well. This could be you or someone that you know. It could also be very telling that if you're not married and if you're single, that you could very soon be entering into a relationship. And if that's the case, there is this false person around, okay? I know there's a female there, but it doesn't necessarily mean a female, okay? It could also refer to a merging of 2 companies, all right? 2 people working together. And, if this card was by itself, it's absolutely fine, right? But then you have this false person. Let me tell you something. False energy like this, it's not false. The person has been like that from the start. Okay, but they've been pretending to be a certain way with you. So when this has happened to me, it's happened to people that are genuinely, I care a lot about them, and I had because I see them as great and funny and friendly and all that sort of stuff. My first instinct is to trust everybody. And it's the ones that are my friends, right? Or I think that they're my friends, are the first ones to betray me in some way. And I'm the problem suddenly, but it's been in their own mind, right? So a false person is someone that you know. Okay, because if someone really genuinely there are people that really don't like you and they're going to let you know, okay? You stay away from them or whatever the case is, your energy just doesn't mix. But it's the ones that are your friends and in your circle that are the Judases, and you just don't see it coming, right? Because it's not outward. And also you don't want to just judge someone either, so you give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So this one says this is someone definitely that you know, just be cautious. Someone wants to enter into a relationship with you right now, be cautious. If there's someone that's a friend or you've had a friend and they're starting to act bizarre, be cautious. They're showing you stuff, okay? They're showing you stuff. All right, so then we move, and this has probably already happened to you, okay? Or it's just right here in the open. Now, the third set is the Good Lord, and which could also mean mature man, and high honors. So this depicts a significantly older sort of gentleman. So, right? So it's not the same as the main male. This is someone older than you. And it can be used also, like if you were doing a reading for somebody else and you had an older gentleman, you would use this card. You know, it's just depicting maturity. Okay, so it talks about someone's older, and it could even represent someone kind of like the murky thoughts, and it could indicate someone who is not as they seem as well. All right, be a male. The other energy with this is high honors. So even if that's the case, they're going to be found out. Okay, it always comes out. The truth always comes out, right? I mean, you might as well just be completely honest, because you're going to get found out. So the truth is right there. So this is not just talking about you. It's just in general. Anyone who's dishonest in this world, it comes out, doesn't it? Sometimes it takes a long time, but it gets there. So rewards and recognition and praise and trophies, promotion, a raise, success, all these things bring high honors, of course. So you've worked hard and perhaps for a really long time. And so these are rewards that are going to pay off for you. These are things that are, whatever you're doing, it's going to pay off for you. But you need to get rid of these false people around you. And I think this is more just an indication that you have to trust your instincts, like you know who they are, right? It's like you get a first instinct when you meet someone anyway, and you may ignore it. And this is telling you to think on that, okay? Think on people that you've met, like met in person, okay? So it's also talking about ignoring any kind of jealous sniping as well. Remember, these are really old-fashioned cards, so they're going to talk about things that I guess used to be a lot on people's mind. So the next card is the Rich Man, which obviously speaks for itself. And it can represent someone who actually inherited wealth as well. But it can mean someone that, you know, works around a lot of money. Maybe someone, a banker or investment, someone making investments, stockbrokers, all that kind of stuff, real estate. Otherwise, it's a really lucky card. Good news is coming. The card of career success. All right. Despite everything that you've been going through, you're going to be very successful. And that there's a main female. And now the main female card is normally what you would use as a significator as the person that I'm doing the reading for. So this is you or someone very close to you, and the energy of a change, the energy of moving into richness and rising above and not worrying about other people's issues and agendas. And if you're around people that are very dramatic all the time, you need to get away from it, because it just dampens the soul so much, right? And, you know, my husband and I, we just do what we're doing and help people, but we keep ourselves to ourselves, because, you know, usually it's all about drama, or, you know, someone needs something, or you always seem to be doing something for everybody, right? So it's like people come and they just want, you know, and even, you know, for myself in my own life, it's like people become friends with me and then they just want readings or stuff all the time. It's like, there's more to me than just readings and things, you know, but it's always comes up, and it always has come up, because I'm like, oh, well, I'll just pull a few cards then, you know, but sometimes it just feels like, oh, Becky will help, or there'll be, you know, something to solve, and I can go to her, and, you know, it'll all be whatever. So sometimes it just feels like friendship is all about what you can do for somebody, right? And maybe I'm just bringing that up because maybe you feel that way, like you're always pulled in a lot of different directions, and it's definitely saying it in your cards, okay? So you don't have to, you know, you can say no. You know, you're going to have to sometimes. So I tell everybody who knows me, I'm like, well, look, I'm switched off right now. I'm not doing cards right now or anything like that. And, most of my people that are around me, totally respectful of all of that. And, wouldn't even dream of asking. It's just like, talking, you know what I mean? And sometimes I think we forget. We don't have to have all of these people in our circle all the time. Sometimes a smaller circle is so much stronger, right? And that's definitely what we have noticed in our own life. All right, so moving on to your Lenormands. I'm using the old style Lenormand, okay, for your pyramid reading. And we'll see what comes up for you. Oops, I think my music has stopped. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at your Lenormand. Remembering that your Lenormand reading is more broad. Okay. So for number 2. See, now that was on the bottom of the deck. The fox. Oh, the ring. Okay. Interesting. The mountain. The man. The book. And overall the sun. Fantastic. Okay. So this is really an interesting reading because you've got so many things that are interconnected with each other. So starting off with the fox, we all know by now, you guys have been watching my Lenormand for some time. We all know that the fox is something that we have to be careful of. But it usually does indicate someone, it's not so much someone around you at home. This is more than likely someone who is around you in your daily job, your career, etc. It can sometimes foretell traps and disloyalty amongst friends, which is interesting because that's the sort of feeling that you were getting from your Kipper cards as well. So certain individuals around us are a little bit sneaky, maybe having cunning personalities. The negative side of the fox card is that there's lies that are told about you, okay? And it's really interesting. Sometimes the coloring is just like a fox, or redheads, etc. And it can talk about a career around you that you're about to enter into a commitment with because you have the ring, right? So you're about to commit yourself to something here. So it can be a contract, an employee contract, being top employee as well, or someone who is the top guy, or lady, or even a union, which maybe this man is in this connection here with all of it. Man or someone who has masculine energy, okay? We don't know. It could be either way. So the fox also talks about, someone, because it is with the man, then this may be someone who's a scam artist as well. All right? So if someone suddenly offers you a position or a relationship or something that's too good to be true, you need to listen to this, okay? The ring in itself is commitment energy, all right? So right next to it is the mountain. So maybe there's been a delay in something that's supposed to come forward, okay, in your life. Maybe there's been a delay with contracts and agreements, okay, but this all seems like it's going together. So the ring in itself talks about all kinds of deals. Of course, marriage, of course, union are important. and coming together in commitment, all right? It is generally quite a stable and harmonious card, of course. Maybe if you're asking about someone else and you're not in a relationship, then this can say that this person is not available right now, or that it's not wise to pursue someone who's close by. Now, with the mountain right next to it, we know the mountain is very, very stalling. It offers, a sort of a slowdown of everything. So it's asking you to slow down here. So the ring with the mountain talks about something that's hard to reach a solution. Okay. Now the ring and the fox talk about work schedules and employment. So see how it's like something stalled in here. Maybe we'll figure it out with the rest of it. The man involved means that this person, a masculine figure or a male in your life, may not exactly be, someone that you can trust going into a business relationship, most likely, okay? Or that there's a delay or that you should delay any plans of commitment, all right, as you're going ahead. Don't commit to anything right now. So then you have the man, of course, the masculine figure. So I don't want to, say it has to be a guy. This could be a masculine female, all right? But it's a man with the book. So it does usually talk about someone who's going to enter your life, or a representation of yourself if you are a man or a masculine person. And could be a father or a husband or a lover, a son, brother, male acquaintance of some kind, all right? Now, this is connected with the book. So this could be an educated man, someone who has a lot of knowledge going on here, someone who's intelligent, but also maybe quite secretive. It just feels to me that you're getting a big warning in both readings, that there's someone around you that is not exactly as they seem. And, it's quite upsetting in a way, right? But then it could also be talking about competition, because we have the sun as well. Sometimes there is healthy competition. This just looks like someone's taking advantage of you somehow. Okay, maybe taking advantage of your kindness. Now, the first person in your mind that's a masculine or male figure here that comes to your mind is who it is. All right, even if you remember what I was saying before, sometimes the people that are our friends are really not our friends. They're only there to get what they can, and when you can't do it, suddenly you're the problem, So it could be someone who's getting sick of you not doing what they want you to do, which is, ridiculous, right? Some people are just like that though. And this could be indicating that it's around you, okay? So the man, with the fox, as we've already sort of said, is someone, again, who's a workaholic, sneaky, dishonest. This person is dishonest, I'm afraid to say. Look, the Lenormand cards, they don't mess around, all right? They've got to tell you what's really going on there. And, I'm just the interpreter. I try to give you as much information as I can, because it can mean anything, of course. But if this is coming up like this is definitely already happening in your life, and you're going to need to be careful of it. All right, so the sun in itself is about your health. It brings happiness into the reading, thank goodness. So it doesn't even matter what this person is doing or trying to doing. You're the one who's successful in the end, okay? So obviously it relates to anything to do with the sun. It can relate to fame. It can also predict that things are going to start getting easier when the weather warms up, which for us here in the United States is going to be, okay? So So the sun and the book can talk about success academically, or writing a book perhaps. The sun and the man can talk about, in a positive vibration, success again, achieving, someone who's the winner, okay, in a situation. Overall, the sun is talking about, it brings a very positive note to the entire reading. So it also talks about your health and a change in your health and into a more vibrant energy, that you need to work with the sun perhaps a little bit more, bring more light into your body, mind, soul energy as well, right? And bring yourself into, just empower yourself a little bit, because it seems like, people take advantage of your kindness, all right? And we know this happens to us. We are kind. We do want the best for people. We do see the best in people, all right? And some people, they just take advantage of it. And maybe this has happened to you many times in your lifetime. And maybe this last time, or this happening right now, that's it for you. And if that's what it caused you to change and stand tall, then great. That's excellent. And you just need to know that if you don't trust someone right now who's working with you at a job, you're working with them at the same location, or you're in the same kind of business, for example, be wary if they want to get into some kind of committed energy with you. All right, just be aware that there could be contracts and things like that you may be asked if you want to do something, or you might be asked to move into a new direction. If you feel weird about it, don't do it. Overall, you're going to be highly successful with whatever you choose in your life. All right, but this is just definitely showing you that there is a male or a masculine energy that doesn't have your best interests at heart. So take that as a message and change it. Okay, you can always change your own fortune. It's never set in stone. It's never exactly how we think it's going to be. But there are markers along the way. This marker is one that you need to hear, to pay attention to your intuition. I know for myself, when I have not listened to my intuition, I've pushed it away, I've ended up, and it may be in the first week or years later, where the person stings. They come out with their tail and smack. There it was. It, like at the beginning, but you just don't want to believe that, But overall, it's more of an awakening reading for you. Remembering the sun is overseeing the reading, which brings into effect a lot of positive energy. You're on the right target, you're on the right pathway of your life right now. But be aware of, if someone has hurt you and they're trying to come back, no. If they've shown their hand to you, it's only a matter of time before they do it again. Okay, so it's sort of asking you to be careful, all right? Okie dokie. So, hope to see you on Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to look at the full moon that will be coming up on the 28th, but we're going to be doing it on the 27th and focusing on some new things to show you guys. And anybody that purchases anything at the live show, you're going to spin the wheel and see what else you can win as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. So until the next time, I hope that this was helpful to you guys. Many, many blessings and thanks, and goodbye for now. Bye.